So many of you were asking me about some ideas and concepts from books that can change one's life. I know nobody asked me anything. I'm just lying to play the role of a famous YouTuber. Cut me some slack. Hello everyone, welcome to this YouTube channel, Joe Becoming a Millionaire, in which I share my journey to become financially free. So if you are interested in topics such as money, finance, books, mindset, and so on, don't forget to subscribe. Remember also to like the video if you like it, and if you find this insightful, send it to a friend. In today's video, as you saw in the beginning, I will be talking about some concepts and ideas from books. I will not talk about the whole book, but just few ideas. Sometimes the idea I will be talking about is the topic of the book itself, but in some cases it is not the case. But here I will be talking about some concepts precisely that can help you change your life. Without any further ado, let's talk about number one. So this one, you can use it on everyday basis. I actually use this for this video because I started to feel a little bit lazy. I didn't want to start recording the video, and the concept is the 5-second rule from the book with the same name. The idea here goes like this: whenever you feel the urge of doing something, or whenever it is time to start doing something good, something you were planning to start doing, this thing can be anything from waking up in the morning to grabbing your phone and calling a family member, to starting your own projects or starting to work on your own projects. You just have to go like this. You'll just have to be counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And you are going to get two things. The first one is fighting procrastination and overanalyzing, and the second one is that you will start building momentum and consistency. It is simple, as I said in the beginning, but once you start implementing to your life, you will recognize like a big or a tremendous change in your behavior. So let's move to number two. For number two, I have one which is very famous. I think a lot of people know about it, which is the liability versus asset from the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. This one will help you big time when investing with your money or when spending your money, because once you know this concept, you will know the difference between a liability and the asset. In brief, liabilities are things that can take money from you. Assets are things you spend money on but can bring you money. As an example, your car is a liability because it takes money from your bank, but your company or your stock that you bought like last month or whatever is an asset in most of the time. My tip for this is that whenever you feel the urge of buying something, you can ask yourself the following, which is: what is the return on investment on this? If there is no return on investment, it is a liability. If there is a return on investment, which means that once you buy it or once you get that thing, you can start making money with it. So now let's move to number three, and this one also is in finance, which is the 10%, 30%, 30%, 30% rule from the book The Richest Man in Babylon. The idea here is so simple, but the application of it can be a little bit complicated or tricky because it is not the same for everyone. The idea actually goes like this: once you get your paycheck or your income or whatever, you take 10%, you give it to yourself as a reward. 30% is going to be saved for savings, 30% for investing, and 30% for daily life. Why it is tricky? Because in the past I tried to use it, and believe me, it is a little bit complicated and it is not the same for everyone. For example, if you are making $300, which I used to make like 10 years ago, and you have to pay for your house stuff $200 from the get-go or from the beginning, the equation is not going to work. And it is also the case for when you are making more money. For example, at some points in my life, I mean in last year, in the beginning of the pandemic, I used to make a little bit more money, so I was able to save more than 70% of my income. So the equation can be different from person to person according to the income or salary. Sometimes you get to save more than 70%, sometimes you get to save 5%. But what I suggest is that you do it no matter what. even if you have to like save just $1 or just 1% of your income and invest just $1 or $2, and that's it. So you just have to do it. So now let's move to number 4. This one is more like a scary motivation. As I said before, when you are starting your journey, you actually need all kinds of motivation. You need inspirational motivation, you need like tough love, which is also a motivation, but also you need scary motivation. What I mean by this is that you get scared of something and you don't want to do it, and you get the motivation of not wanting to do it. The concept I'm talking about here is the side walkers from the book The Fast Lane Millionaire. In brief, the side walkers are people who live paycheck to paycheck and who don't have any ambitions or any goals. They are only thinking about the new iPhone, they are only thinking about the new trends, and they live their life sleepwalking. They are side walkers. There is the road to success. There is, in his book, there is the fast laners, there is the slow laners, but there is the side walkers. And once you know the existence of the side walkers, you don't want to be one of them. You either have to be like a slow laner or a fast lane. Actually, The Fast Lane Millionaire is the best book I read in 2020. I think sometimes in the future I will do a full review of it. So now let's move to number 5. For number 5, I have the 10,000 hour rule from the book Mastery by Robert Greene. I know that a lot of people or a lot of writers talked about these concepts, but I am here talking about the books I read myself. And the concept here is simple. The writer states that if you want to reach mastery, you need to spend practicing your thing for more than 10,000 hours. I know it is a lot of hours, especially with the TikTok generation. We want to be doing stuff now and make money yesterday. We have no patience and we are just rushing things. It is also here a little bit different from person to person. It depends a little bit on your raw talent. For some people it will be less than that. For other people it will be a little bit more than that. But overall, what you need to get from this is that in order to reach mastery or in order to learn something, you just need practice and patience. So that's it for me. I hope you learned something new. If it was the case, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, share it with a friend if it was insightful, and yeah, that's it. See you next time. It was nice talking to you. Peace.